Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. R.K. Verma, ex-Chief Scientist, CSIR NISCARE. Today I will talk on the module entitled National Information Systems and Programs in Social Sciences. I will cover some of the major institutions, their activities like Indian Council of Social Science Research, National Social Science Documentation Center, that is NASDOC, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TIS, Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow, India Trade Promotion Organization, ITPO, National Council of Applied Economic Research, NCAER, National Council of Educational Research and Training, NCRT, Parliament Library, and Indian Institute of Public Administration, IIPA. These are the major institutional sources for which the activities will be covered along with their programs. National Information System in Social Sciences. A marked increase in cultural and ideological contrasts in approaches to social, political, and cultural problems have led to increased growth in literature in this field. It's realized that social science research is essential for formulation of government policies. This leads to importance of ensuring adequate bibliographic control. This is possible with information dissemination system through various institutions in the field of social sciences at national level. Government of India has recognized this need and established Indian Council of Social Science Research, that is ICSSR, and National Social Science Documentation Center, that is NASDOC, to fulfill this need. The objectives of National Information System Social Sciences is to get an overview of National Information System and Social Sciences in India, to learn about the structure, objective, functions, products, achievements, and information dissemination activities of major national information system in social sciences, to familiarize the users with the activities of the major national level institutions in the field of social sciences, and to take stock of the information infrastructure of premier institutions in social sciences, particularly reflecting the use of modern ICT. ICSSR has recognized various disciplines under the broad field of social sciences. These are economics, including commerce, education, management and business administration, political science, including international relations, psychology, public administration, and sociology, including social work and criminology. The main objectives of the ICSR are to sponsor social science research programs and projects, to provide financial support, to arrange technical training, develop and support documentation centers, and advise the Government of India on matters related to promotion of social science research and its utilization. The Council, that is ICSSR, is at present assisting 27 research institutes and 6 regional centers in different regions in India. The research institutes are of all India character, that is outside the scope of the University Grants Commission, UGC. Their main objectives are dispersal of talent from more developed to less developed regions, especially to areas where social science research are underdeveloped. The Council brings out the following publications, that is ICSSR Journal of Abstracts and Reviews, that is biannual, in 5 disciplines: economics, geography, political science, psychology, and sociology, including social anthropology; and Indian Social Science Review, a quarterly newsletter providing an account of major activities and programs, including those of regional centers and various research institutes. National Social Science Documentation Center, that is NASDOC, was established as a division of ICSSR. It has the major role of providing library and information support services to researchers in social sciences. The main objectives of the center are to disseminate information about the developments in social sciences research, to sensitize in planning and designing of local national information systems pertaining to various social sciences, to conduct short-term training courses, and to provide study grant to doctoral students for collecting research material from libraries and information centers located in various parts of the country. NASDOC publications are Indian Social Science Periodicals Literature, integrated and computerized database of articles published in Indian social science journals. Indian Education Index from 1947 to 1978, Index to Indian Periodicals, Sociology and Psychology, 1886 to 1970, Journal of Anthropological Society of Bombay. Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TIS, is one of the progressive centers of learning catering to the educational and research information needs of academic and scientific community for excellent teaching, research and development work. Its vision is creation and provision of socially relevant and high quality professional education, facilitation of autonomous research and dissemination of knowledge, and support knowledge creation through strong MPhil and PhD programs and postdoctoral scholars, include strategic extension, field action, and advocacy through training and capacity building of state and non-state institutions and personnel. Library and publishing activities of TIS offer essential and specialized information resources and services to meet the growing information needs by developing user-based resources, to organize information resources, to provide human and technologically moderated access to information, to facilitate users to identify, locate, obtain and evaluate information, to provide access to e-resources and services like OPAC, is proxy remote access, and Indian Journal of Social Work. Under the National Information System programs in social sciences, the management area is very important. In this area, Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow, that is briefly called as IML, has grown into fully integrated global management school. The objectives of this institute are, apart from giving education, which is combined with creation, dissemination, and publication of knowledge, which are met in the integrated fashion. Now, to create synergy effect, in keeping with the mission of the institute, the management council or management development programs, that is MDPs, they are conducted to help improve the management systems by providing training, relevant training to senior executives in industry, government, and non-government sectors. It has undertaken some of the pioneering work in the areas such as centers of excellence in the area of agriculture and agriculture management center, leadership center for leadership in human values, and entrepreneurship, that is center for entrepreneur development and new venture management. Now I will give you an overview of Indian Institute of Management Library, Lucknow, which various activities will be known to you. It acts as a First of all, it acts as a main learning resource center of the institute and provides services and facilities to meet the requirements of the institute. That is the parent institution. Its teaching, training, research, and consulting programs are covered. Apart from that, e-resources of the library. Its collection include e-books, e-journals, e-newspapers, e-databases, DELNet databases, that is Development Library Network databases, video library, digital knowledge repositories, and union list of periodicals. Further, a biannual journal which is entitled as Metamorphosis, that is a journal for business leaders, is also published as its official organ, which reports a breakthrough ideas in the ever emerging and evolving processes of management. Now, I'll explain about the India Trade Promotion Organization, that is briefly known as ITPO. You may be aware in Pragati Madan every year trade fair is held there. Behind this scene, as librarians, library science students' point of view, with their interest, let us know about ITPO, overview of that, some activities. Number one, it is the premier trade promotion agency of the Government of India, which provides a broad spectrum of services related to trade and industry so as to catalyze the growth of bilateral trade, particularly India's exports, its technological upgradation, modernization of different industry segments. It has taken a lead in promoting the fair culture all over the country. Major initiatives which have been taken through negotiations and discussions with the state governments for setting up of exhibition complexes in West Bengal, Assam, for the northeastern region. Business Information Center of India Trade Promotion Organization provides the following information dissemination facilities. That is, one-stop point for varied trade information and services in India by serving overseas importers to source from India and Indian exporters to expand business. Efficient management of trade information services besides connectivity and linkages to trade organizations in India and overseas and facilitate greater market access for Indian business. It hosts the first trade portal in India, that is http www.tradeportalofindia.com. Reliable information access to whole spectrum of trade information including product profiles, supplier profiles from India, country profiles of major trade destinations, global importers directory, world economic environment, overseas market situation, trade fairs and exhibitions, market surveys, that is product wise, trade and investment policy, trade statistics, tariffs and taxes, etc. Specialized services like video conferencing, language translation, virtual office and virtual trade fair, and in due course e-transactions are also covered. Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, that is FICCI, is the oldest and largest non-government, not-for-profit business organization in India. Considered as emergence of one of the most rapidly growing global economies, it contributes to the historical process by encouraging debate, articulating the private sector's views and influencing policy. It draws its membership from the corporate sector, both private and public, including small and medium enterprises and multinational companies. It enjoys an indirect membership of over 250,000 companies from various regional chambers of commerce. It brings out several publications in the form of surveys, studies, policy documents, and business digests on wide spectrum of business, commercial, and industrial matters for all the states of India. National Institute for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, that is NIMSME, was originally set up as Central Industrial Extension Training Institute (CITI) in New Delhi in 1960 as a department under the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, Government of India. The institute was shifted to Hyderabad in 1962 and was renamed as Small Industry Extension Training (CIET) Institute and is managed by Governing Council appointed by the Government of India. It was accorded the national status in 1984 and SITE Institute became NISIET, NISIET. The institute, in order to reflect the expanded focus of its objectives with name was rechristened as NIMSC from 11th April 2007 and redesignated its structure and organization. It's an organization of the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Ministry, Government of India. Small Enterprises National Documentation Center, that is SENDOC, activities include almost all the information dissemination activities which are organized by the Documentation Center, that is Small Enterprises National Documentation Center, SENDOC, which was set up in 1970 when NIMSME was created to energize MSME in India and the developing countries around the world with information and knowledge as a clearinghouse of information both for entrepreneurs and extension agents. The main objectives of the center are to collect, store, and disseminate techno-managerial information pertaining to MSMEs and to conduct need and demand-based training programs, and publishes a quarterly publication of the primary research journal, that is SCDME, Small Enterprise Development, Management and Extension, since 1974. The National Council of Applied Economic Research, that is NCAER, has a pioneering research work in areas of applied economics. It has a unique position in the country for designing and executing large-scale sample surveys on regional and human development, as well as a large range of consumer products. NCAER has built up a rich database on economic and commercial data. Now I will explain about the major source of statistics, data and related data in the field of economics. The institute, which is known as National Council of Applied Economic Research, that is NCAER, it is very important source, institutional source, which develops policy reports for clients, examines domestic agricultural market structures, its price policy, what are the linkages between agricultural price policy and poverty, and the role of the panchayats in fostering sustainable development, tracking key sectors of the economy for subscribers, forecasting the economic outlook, conducting, designing, analyzing surveys that illuminate public policy issues and assist private sector decisions and disseminate research findings. Now, after knowing the overview of National Council of Applied Economic Research as an important institutional source, let us know about NCAER publications, which are held in NCAR library and is known as depository library for Asian Development Bank and International Monetary Fund, which includes selected UN publications. NCAR publishes 3 periodicals. These are number 1, Margin, which is a peer-reviewed journal of original articles and a focal point for the dissemination of empirical and theoretical knowledge in the broad area of applied economics. Then comes the quarterly review of the Indian economy. This is a package of reports actually and seminars which comprises of quarterly review of the economy, quarterly business expectation survey, and monthly journal macro track, and lastly quarterly state of the economic seminars. And final Earth Suchi, that is the publication, third one, which is a quarterly computerized index to Indian economic literature, which comprises government reports, journal articles, and newspaper write-ups. A printed version of the database of this is published quarterly, which is Earth Suchi, an index to Indian economic literature. Actually, it is a bibliographical database on Indian economic literature covering journal articles, and working papers received in the NCER library. Now, let me explain about the important educational source in India in the field of education. You may be aware that is we commonly say at NCERT, that is National Council of Educational Research and Training. NCERT was set up by Government of India as an autonomous organization to advise and assist the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, and departments of education in states, union territories, in which helps in formulation and implementation of their policies and major programs in the field of education, particularly for qualitative improvement of school education. Its main objectives are to develop and disseminate improved educational techniques, to collaborate, advise, and assist state education departments, universities, and other educational institutions, acting as a clearinghouse in a sense for ideas and information to all the matters related to school education, and undertake the preparation and or the publication of books, materials, and periodicals. Now, I will give an overview of NCERT library and its publications, which may of interest to you. Actually, library and in publications of NCERT, the division of library, documentation and information, that is in short called DLDI, is the Learning Resource Center and Service Division of NCERT. Population Education Documentation Center, that is POPDoc, and International Educational Resource Documentation Center, that is IERDoc, they are integral parts of DLDI. Its mission is to provide updated and comprehensive information along with the material on education in general and school education in particular, which is the main mandate of this. The publication of NCERT includes e-books, online books, children books, non-print materials, and journals. The journals and periodicals are Journal of Indian Education, then Primary Teacher, Indian Educational Abstracts as secondary periodical, School Science, Prathmik Shikshak in Hindi, Journal of Value Education, then Bharatiya Adhunik Shiksha in Hindi, and Indian Educational Review. Parliament Library was established during the year 1921 to assist members of the Indian legislature. A research and reference branch was also established, which initially functioned independent of the Parliament Library. Sansadiya Gyanpith is the new Parliament Library building. The library, as well as research and reference services for members, have developed into LARRDIS, that is LARDIS, Library Reference Research Documentation Information Service. The Library Reference Research Documentation and Information Service, that is LARDIS, functional divisions are Research and Information Reference, Library Documentation, Press Clipping, Parliament Museum and Archives, Press and Public Relations, Microfilming, Audiovisual and Telecasting, and Computerization of Information Service for Members of Parliament. The publications of library divisions are Parliamentary Library Bulletin, that is a monthly publication containing information regarding the titles of new additions to the holdings of Parliament Library. Then the Journal of Parliamentary Information, which is quarterly. Next is the Digest of Central Acts quarterly. The Digest contains synopsis of all the bills passed by Parliament and assented to by the President. Then the Digest of Legislative and Constitutional Cases quarterly. This digest contains abstracts of judgments of the Supreme Court and the High Courts. Then IPG newsletter quarterly. The newsletter keeps members of the Indian Parliamentary Group IPG informed of the various events and activities like exchange of parliamentary delegation, SARC parliamentary conferences, meetings, seminars, symposia, etc. And lastly, CPA Asia region newsletter, which is quarterly. Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics, that is GIP, Pune, is one of the oldest research and training institutions in economics in the country. Research in the socio-economic dimensions of the Indian society and training to researchers in this domain being its primary objective. GIP is renowned for its initiatives in qualitative research in diverse areas of economic theory and practice. Its studies on poverty, rural employment, guarantee schemes, and cooperative were instrumental in shaping public policies and in formulating economic plans at local and regional level. The institute is credited with pioneering contributions by way of surveys, research, informed debate, and analysis, which has shaped public discourse on major socio-economic initiatives. Dhananjay Rao Gadgil Library was established in 1905 as a public library. It has a rare combination of colonial and modern architecture, including a rare collection of old British parliamentary papers of 18th and 19th centuries. It possesses the Union budgets right from 1799 to 1805 and 1874 to 75 till date. The budgets of princely and provincially states of pre-independence period, an unbroken series of the budgets of state governments after the formation of states on linguistic basis. The census publications of Government of India and states right from 1872, first census of India till date. Special holdings include gazetteers, Maharashtra State Gazettes, and Gokhale papers, microfilm, etc. As a depository library for the publications of the United Nations and its specialized agencies, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the European Community, and also the Government of Canada. A comprehensive collection of census publications starting right from the first census, that is 1871 to 2001, Government of Maharashtra Gazettes from 1960 onwards, and the grey literature in the form of working papers, discussion papers, occasional papers, etc., of various national and international research institutions, universities, and agencies. Indian Institute of Public Administration, that is IIPA, is an autonomous academic institution of national eminence for training, research, and information dissemination in streams related to the ethos of public administration. Its thrust areas are enhancing leadership and managerial qualities on the one hand and developing a service orientation on the other. The research work involves simplifying procedures and suggesting policy changes to ensure improved delivery of public services. The institute's objectives are to promote and provide for the study of public administration and economic and political science with special reference to public administration, to undertake, organize and facilitate study courses, conferences and lectures and research in matters relating to public administration, to establish and maintain libraries and information services, to facilitate the study of public administration and spreading information, and to cooperate with approved institutions and bodies for the purposes of helping the cause of public administration. The activities of the IIPA are organized in four interrelated areas of research, training, advisory services, and the dissemination of information. It undertakes normally the sponsored projects of government, national, international organizations, and offers advisory services in operational areas and provides the necessary hand-holding in implementation of schemes, programs, and projects in both government and private sector. The institute has enriched the literature on public administration through a large number of series and monographs, besides research studies, proceedings of seminars, conferences, and lectures, etc. The institute publishes 5 periodicals regularly. These are Indian Journal of Public Administration, that is IGPA quarterly, published since 1955. Then Lok Prakashan, Hindi, 6 monthly, published in 2009. Then Nagar Lok quarterly, published since 1969. Documentation in Public Administration, DPA quarterly, published since 1973. Then IIPA newsletter monthly, published since 1955. IIPA library is one of the major social science resources in India. The World Bank has recently set up a state-of-the-art information kiosk in the library to facilitate online access to the knowledge portals of the bank and its associate institutions. Its e-resources and research tools include WebOPAC, JSTOR full text, EPW full text, ABI Inform full text, World Bank e-library, IMF e-library, IMF Data Manager, Governance Knowledge Center, UNESCO WSSR 2010, DOAJ journals, JGate, and OAISTER, a project of the Digital Library Production Service of the University of Michigan University Library, with a goal is to create a collection of freely available, previously difficult to access, academically oriented digital resources that are easily searchable. Srimati Nathibai Damodar Thackeray, that is SNDT, University got statutory recognition during 1951, which was earlier known as the Indian Women's University, founded during 1916 when Maharishi Karve had laid down the foundation of the women's empowerment. The main goals of the SNDT Women's University, emerging from the vision and mission, are to provide access to higher education for women through formal and non-formal streams, including adult and continuing education, develop scholarship and research in emerging areas of study, particularly with focus on women's perspectives, enhance purposeful education with human values and social responsibility by participating in outreach programs. The library collection of the SNDT University Library includes information material in English, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, and Sanskrit, particularly in the areas such as social sciences, Gandhiana, women's studies, arts, literature, nursing, education, and library information science. It covers books and monographs, journals, newspapers, back volumes of Indian and foreign journals, back runs of newspapers and women magazines, state-of-the-art reviews, databases, dissertations and theses, standards and specifications, pamphlets, leaflets and brochures, annual reports of government agencies and research institutes, unique collection of Hindustani music, select collection of teaching aids, audiovisual material, microform, and dear students, let me now summarize whatever has been talked today. You might have got the impression that all the institutions which have been covered, the objectives, the programs, their publications, and other features which are uh, important for the information science point of view, and their future plan, etc. You must have some idea the major activities as far as library science and publications are concerned. But my advice is to go through their respective websites, because there may be some more publications or other information production services which might have been added. So that will complete the course in that sense, that this should not be taken as a final thing, because there are a lot of changes. For example, in in Institute of Management Lucknow IML, there may be many more activities in that library, like total quality management, how they are pursuing, how they are maintaining. Like this, other institutions are also maybe adding more information which may interest you. So you must go through the websites so that you may have clear idea about the activities. Thank you.